Look at this here. Terrence Howard apparently, allegedly turned down the role of Marvin Gaye. Mary J. Blige is being sued by Misa Hilton. Yes, her bestie. We have known them to be a duo for years. And Saquon Barkley said he respects the president, and we don't. Let's talk. What's good, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here for another edition of Look at This Here, my take on pop culture, celebrity gossip, and current events. We do 3 stories in 20 minutes-ish or less, all right? I like to keep it really brief, straight to the point, very high-level commentary. If you're looking for hard-hitting facts and figures, this is not the video for you. I just want to talk about the stuff that I see in the blogs, all right? So if you guys are brand new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and let me know what you thought about these 3 topics. If there are other topics that you want me to talk about, let me know. Put those in the comments as well. And then I'll do my best to talk about it. But we're going to start off talking about Terrence Howard, okay? Let's do Terrence Howard first. Very quick and to the point story, okay? So Terrence Howard appeared on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast, and he revealed that he passed on the role of Marvin Gaye in the Marvin Gaye biopic movie. Biopic, which one do y'all say? Because he didn't want to kiss a man. And I said, is Marvin Gaye gay? Is Marvin Gaye no E? I didn't know Marvin Gaye was gay. I maybe I missed something, but I had no idea, okay? I didn't even know there were rumors, but apparently there are. So, one, why would Terrence Howard be tapped to play Marvin Gaye? Can Terrence Howard sing? And Terrence Howard looks nothing like Marvin Gaye. So I'm already calling a little bit of capisha. Okay, and I'm not saying that Terrence Howard is lying per se, but it just seems very odd to me that he would be tapped. Now, do I think Terrence Howard is a good actor? I do. I absolutely do. But I would think for somebody as iconic, as influential as Marvin Gaye, we want somebody that can sing and at least do a little something dance-wise. But okay. So why did Terrence Howard turn down the role? Well, he said that he would have likely had to kiss a man. And that's when I said, is it me? Am I missing something? I had no idea about these rumors. But this is a quote, okay? So Terrence Howard said, look, I wouldn't have been able to do that. That would fuck me. I would cut my lips off. If I kissed a man, I would cut my lips off. I said, oh, not you really being Lucius Lyon? Y'all remember how Lucius wigged out when Jamal did his little shake it fast, shake it. Empire used to be such a good show. So Terrence Howard continued that he wouldn't be able to fake it and play that type of character. I can't surrender myself to a place that I don't fully understand. Now, I don't see an issue with Terrence Howard saying that he wouldn't be able to fake it for that role. I have no problem with that. There are a lot of actors and actresses that are able to play gay for the sake of the art, for the sake of the movie. If he's not comfortable with it, he's not comfortable with it. However, I feel like you doing a lot. Like, you gonna cut your lips off? So you just gonna be out here why are we talking about this? You know what I mean? If you turned down the role, you turned down the role. So this rumor of Marvin being gay, okay, it came from Quincy Jones, apparently. So according to Terrence Howard, he was at Quincy Jones's house. They were sitting around talking. That's when the thought, okay, of Terrence possibly playing Marvin Gaye came up. And Terrence asked Quincy something about I'm hearing these rumors about Marvin being gay. Was he gay? And Quincy Jones said yes. Now, I don't know how lucid Quincy Jones was in his old age, but I also kind of feel like Quincy, you too old to be out here spreading rumors. Have y'all heard this? Is it me? Is it me? I have never heard this. In my mind, because Marvin Gaye died so young, we know that he died at the hands of his father, right? We all know that. In my mind, Marvin Gaye was with Tammy Terrell, and that was it. So this is news to me. In this interview, Terrence Howard also talks about how one of his, I guess, biggest regrets, or a movie that kind of got away from him, was Smokey Robinson wanted Terrence Howard to play him in a movie. That makes more sense. This nigga could be Smokey. That makes more sense, right? Fair skin, light eyes, I can see that, the voice, everything, right? Now, Smokey can sing, sure, but I would give Terrence Howard that because at least we're covering aesthetics. He said that he had to turn Smokey down because he was in talks to play Marvin Gaye. So you missed out on two movies. Terrence, why do y'all think Terrence Howard was asked to play Marvin Gaye? Who is gonna play Marvin Gaye? And y'all know how the Gaye family is, right? Y'all know they don't play. They even sniff or get the inkling or the thought or the tingle that somebody is talking about Marvin. They gonna have your ass in court expeditiously. What do y'all think about this? Can y'all see Terrence Howard playing Stevie Lord, playing Smokey Robinson? I'm okay with that. Can I see him playing Marvin Gaye? No. I don't know who should play Marvin Gaye. I would give Luke James Marvin Gaye. I would give it to Luke James. Let me know down below who you think should play Marvin Gaye and how do you feel about Terrence Howard's story. An unnecessary story to tell us, but a story. Next up, we have Saquon Barkley. This is going to be fun. Okay, so as we know, the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl earlier this year. Shout out to them. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Saquon Barkley. Okay, he left the horrific New York Giants, came on down to Philly, and got himself a championship. So we know that as tradition customary, the White House extends an invitation to the winning sports teams to invite them to come on down and yuck it up with the president. Cool. So we saw an interview where it was very abundantly clear that Jalen Hurts was not going to be going. Okay. It came out that he did not go for scheduling conflicts. And then we saw him at a concert. I think he was at Cowboy Carter. And he had something else to do, something better to do. But Jalen Hurts was not the only Eagle that did not go. There was a number of Eagles that did not go, both black and white players, because of scheduling conflicts, okay? So Saquon Barkley said, not me, not I. I want to go. So Saquon Barkley was going to go, which is fine. That's on you, brother. I have no opinion on that. But he was spotted the day before because he had been out playing around the golf with Trump, with y'all's president, okay? So as the picture surfaced, everybody was like, ooh, it's one thing for you to go, but you out here yucking it up with this man? Okay, sure. Now, I'm going to say this, and I've said this every day or every video that I've talked political since November. Support who you want to support. Stand by who you voted for, right? I don't have a problem with that. But when you get caught out about it, if somebody wants to have a conversation about it, if somebody wants to have an opinion on who you voted for, don't shy away from it and try to backtrack. If you voted for that nigga, you voted for that nigga, and that's just it, right? So these pictures come up, and everybody was looking like, not only did you go a day early, but you down there golfing with him, I guess. So Saquon immediately took to Twitter to fend off the haters, okay? Immediately. And Saquon said, look, LOL, some people are really upset because I played golf and flew to the White House with the president. Maybe I just respect the office. Not a hard concept to understand. Just golfed with Obama not too long ago. Where are the pictures? But whatever. And I look forward to finishing my round with Trump. Now, get out my mentions with all this politics and have an amazing day. Look, no, you don't get to do that. I just kind of feel like you don't get to do that, right? As I've been saying since November and before, when I was encouraging everybody to vote, that people are going to have opinions about who you vote for, right? I'm a Democrat. Like, I voted for Kamala. I have no qualms about that. I'm not embarrassed about that. I'm very proud about that. That's who I voted for. I voted for Biden the election before, and I voted for Obama um when he won, okay? My thing, I voted for Hillary. You know what I mean? I am a Democrat. That aligns with my views, my beliefs, okay? So, it's one thing to be a Republican. That's not a problem. That's not a problem, right? It has never been a problem. You're just on the other side of the aisle. There's a difference between being a Republican and being a Trumplican and being MAGA. And to me, if you are out yucking it up with this racist piece of shit that's in the office, okay, that is now throwing tariffs on everything. God, we're in a recession. We Lord, hope we don't get to a depression, you know what I mean? But this man that is doing all these egregious things, shutting down the Department of Education, stripping away what did he just do to Harvard? Stripping away their tax exempt status, basically bullying people around to do what he wants them to do. If that's what you want to do, fine. But you don't get to come on and be indignant because people have opinions. I hate the people that are like, you're making everything political. You're with the fucking president. Yeah. People are gonna talk politics about it. People are gonna talk politics about it. I just kind of feel like this, Saquon. If you're MAGA, then you're MAGA. Be proud of it. But we didn't see you post any pictures with Obama. You haven't mentioned it. I can't stand when people do this. I can't. There's only one group of people that get super defensive when they are questioned about politics or beliefs. And it's not the side that I'm on. How do y'all feel about Saquon golfing with Trump? I don't have a problem with it. If that's who you want to golf with, that's who you want to golf with. But you don't get to come play victim in on Twitter and say, get out of my mentions. You don't get to do that. You just don't. Next up, Misa Hilton and Mary J. Blige. This is awful, right? Um I'm so like I don't know how to feel about this, right? Now, at my age of 40, I have lost friends, right? Um and I don't even really feel like it's considering losing friends because I haven't had like a huge blow up or a huge fight. We just kind of grew up and apart. People are on different stuff in life. As you get older, you take different paths in life. So there are people that I was once cool with that I just don't talk to as much anymore. But I've never had like a huge argument blow up that has caused me to lose a friend. Okay. This right here, what Mary and Misa got going on, has caused their friendship to dissolve. So, Misa Hilton, who we all know is a celebrity stylist, and Mary's former bestie, and Mary was once her client, is suing her for $5 million. I said, that's a lot of pesos. 5 million is a lot of money. What happened? It's a lot of money, okay? So Misa's lawyer, Nicholas Chartatar, we're gonna call him Nicholas, but Nicholas Chartatar, I think that's how you said it, was on the Breakfast Club and he gave a little information for us, okay? So he said, look, Misa did everything possible to settle the issue privately and to save the friendship. Okay. He then went on to say that they're not just friends, they're non biological family, probably closer than blood, which we know they have been friends for years. This is nothing new. I believe their friendship stems back to the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. So Nicholas goes on to say that it's very unfortunate that this had to go down like this because Misa tried everything to amicably resolve the issue with Mary directly and with Mary's camp. But unbeknownst to us, why Mary and her camp have completely cut off Misa. I mean, yeah, have completely cut off Misa. Now, who is at the root of this lawsuit? That Vito. Is it Vito, Vado, Vado? Him. Y'all remember, oh boy, that choked Tahiri because she threw an orange at him on a marriage boot camp? Him. So apparently, well, we all know Mary has this record label, right? So apparently, according to Misa, Vado signed a management deal with her. Misa has a management company on July 25th of 2023. He later signed a record deal with Mary J. Blige's Beautiful Life Productions on October 1st. Okay. So Mary is accused of removing Misa from emails and purposely excluding her from conversations where the singer allegedly attempted to persuade Vado, whatever his name is, to drop Misa as management and sign on with her head of security, whom Misa calls Mary J. Blige's boyfriend. I said, "Child, this is messy." So, according to the document, Mary J. Blige is also accused of shelving Vado's. I done called that man so many different things. We gonna call him V. Of shelving V's completed album until he severs business ties with Hilton. Now, this alleged interference has resulted in a loss of wages for both V and Misa, as Misa's agency is entitled to 20% of the rapper's earnings. So this comes from potential album sales, show appearances, y'all know, bookings, yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm going to say this. One, I didn't know that. Well, I knew Mary J. Blige had a record label. I didn't know anybody was on there outside of Wanye's kids, Wanmore. And truth be told, she has only had them boys doing covers. They covered a Boyz II Men song. They covered a Tevin Campbell song. Those were the songs that she pushed. They had, I think, one or two original songs that nobody seems to be getting behind. But, so I mean, I can see why he might not want to, but whatever. So Misa's attorney, Nicholas, stressed that the designer is more broken up over their personal relationship than she is about the money. Now, look, don't get on here and start doing that, because if she was more concerned about the personal relationship, she wouldn't be suing Mary. I can tell you that. But nonetheless, he goes on, and this is a quote. All of a sudden, you have a sister you've been with forever, and 40 years later, all of a sudden, your sister stops talking to you, and you don't know why. This is unfortunate. This is very unfortunate. We know that Mary does not want to be on tour. It's written all over her face while she performs, because half the time Mary is not even singing. She's holding the microphone out and saying, "Y'all sing. Damn it, y'all sing," right? We're seeing Mary give these lackluster, very low energy performances. So yeah, I can understand that Mary's going through some things, but this is interesting. A $5 million lawsuit over Vito V. Does he have a single out? Do we think that he would have earned $5 million? And Mary, what's going on? Nothing has come out of Mary's side so far, what I was able to find. Um, and then Misa's lawyer doing his interview on the Breakfast Club. uh, that hard hitting journalism there. So yeah, this is an interesting case. Let me know what you guys think about this. Would you sue your friend of over 40 years over something like this? And I get it, money is money, and this is business. But do we think that V was he really going to produce or generate $5 million in sales? Or is that 5 million just her Misa's 20%? Do we think he was going to produce over $100 million? I don't. I certainly don't, but yikes. So let me know what you guys thought about those three stories. Terrence Howard, Saquon Barkley, Mary J. Blige versus Misa Hilton, or really Misa Hilton versus Mary J. Blige. Let's talk about it all down below. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.